I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Network. We're going to talk about DeSantis running for president and Sarah Palin. She has come out, made some comments, was on Newsmax last night, talking about whether or not DeSantis should step aside. She believes he should. She also pretty much admits that she's angling to try to be Trump's vice presidential pick. I don't know that that's going to happen. I think to a certain extent, Trump realizes he's got to be able to better grab in some of that middle vote. And I don't know that Sarah Palin necessarily grabs you in that middle vote. Look, I should just preface this by saying the White House has got to turn back red. Period. No matter what. That's got to happen. Look at what's going on in this country. I don't think we can handle another 4 years of what's going on right now. Okay, so I want Trump to take a step back and really evaluate the situation and be like, what VP can get me all the possible votes that we can get in right now? Okay, we've got to beat Biden. We've got to. So and also, and we've talked about this a little more lately. Whatever avenues of the election you got to use, do it. Whatever it is the Democrats are doing, do it. Okay? Yeah, you got to take the White House back, got to turn it back red. Our country is a state right now. Mediaite, Sarah Palin tells DeSantis to stand down in 2024 as she auditions to be Trump's VP. He should stay the governor. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'll play a little bit of this. She did say before they get down to her sort of talking about her wanting to run or being open to being Trump's VP choice here, she does make a point to say Ron DeSantis is the best governor in the United States. She also believes that his time as the president is also coming. Okay, so this isn't a let me shit on Ron DeSantis situation. This is a hold. What was it Trump said? Stand up and stand down. This is that kind of situation right now for Ron DeSantis. And look, I know Trump's still taking some shots at Ron, and Ron's not really firing back. But this is how the game's played. There's a lot of people out there that Trump is tight with, that he has taken shots with during campaigns. And I think they all know this is how the political game is played. Sarah Palin said Florida Governor Ron DeSantis should not run for the 2024 Republican nomination, as she essentially auditioned to be Donald Trump's vice presidential pick. DeSantis is seen as a presidential contender in 2024, which would pit him against the former president for the GOP nomination. Trump declared his candidacy in November. Appearing on Tuesday's edition of The Balance, the former Republican governor was asked by Newsmax host Eric Bolin about that possibility. Quote, do you think DeSantis should jump in? DeSantis doesn't need to, Palin replied. I envision him as our president someday, but not right now. Everybody I speak with in Florida, they all love him, and he does set the tone for, I'd say, every other governor in the nation. I've said that. I think he's our best governor, and he should stay governor for a bit longer. He's young. You know, he has decades ahead of him where he can be our president. Bolling pointed towards Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders' Republicans' response at the State of the Union and asked whether she should be the vice presidential nominee for the Republican ticket in 2024. Quote, she's fantastic, he said. She, I believe, bumped herself up to everyone's VP ticket choice. What do you think? And let me see. Just play this.
It's the best Republican ticket, the best chance to unseat Joe Biden, whoever runs.
Well, I think, and I'm assuming it's going to be Trump. It's a nominee. Trump needs to choose somebody who, like him, has nothing to lose. What more can they do to that person personally, or verbal attacks or anything else on family? That person has been through the ringer, so they know what they're getting into, and that person then can just focus on doing what's right for the people, actually governing how they campaign, doing what they're expected to do as elected.
Are you describing yourself?
Not necessarily. However, However, I'll tell you, the opportunity that I had to run with someone who wasn't as common sense constitutional conservative as and I think the majority of Republicans were, but still having the opportunity to form a team.
Okay, so I mean, she pretty much said, if she has the opportunity, well, assuming it's going to be Trump as the nominee, she said not necessarily, but all shucks. And she went on to talk about her time with John McCain as his running mate, and about the fact that she might have been a little bit more conservative than John McCain. Who knows? So anyway, the point really was, this is what Palin thinks DeSantis should do versus president in 2024. I just wonder about Palin as the VP choice. I do believe that to win elections, you have got to come to grips with the idea that you have to have some middle of the aisle vote stealage. Okay, in other words, you have to get some of that middle of the vote, some of that independent vote. And I just wonder how she resonates with some more independents, more moderates. And I know people are like, we don't need the moderate vote. Well, if you want to win a presidency, you got to get it, okay? That's just part of it. We've got to get that vote, and we've got to get the White House back. Plain and simple. We've got to turn the White House red at all costs. We've got to get it back, okay? And I think part of that for Trump will be taking a step back and goes, and we'll go, who is going to help me get the most possible votes in? Okay, I think Kerry Lake is a choice that I think he should just take a look at, and a lot of it's got to do with personality too. She's got a very, very professional, has sort of that news anchor background, etc. I don't know. There are several others out there. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is one I guess he could take a look at. There's nothing guaranteeing it's going to be a woman, but I think he understands, hey, if he wants to pull maybe some extra votes, it wouldn't hurt to run a woman in the position, right? Now, Nikki Haley, I don't even know what she's doing, all right? Wanting to get some campaign funds, I would reckon. No shot there. None. Zero. Zilch. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Sarah Palin says Ron should wait. I think Ron can wait. Ron's a superstar. He'll win it in 2028 and probably walk away with it. The problem is, where will our country be at if we lose 2024 by the time he gets to 2028? I'm really concerned about this next election. I am. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.